Hello everyone, how's it going? It's me Tangociss, back at you with another review, and today we're reviewing Code Vein. First things first, just before we hop on right into things, big shout out to my man Michael Coffey for giving me the idea for the Code Vein review, as well as for supporting the other grand heap of reviews I've done. Real talk for him and everyone else that watches my stuff, it's greatly appreciated. With that said, let's go ahead and hop on right into things. So first things first, for the first positive here, is the character creation and editing. So as you can see, here's my character here, here she is. So let's go ahead and take a look at the character editor just down here at the bathtub. But real talk, my lads, the character creation in this game was absolutely top job. It must have taken me quite a long time to even make my character, but just take a look at all these options. From her skin color, I give my girl quite a nice light tan. All the different hairstyles and all the different hair colors that comes with it. You know, actually that one's pretty cool. Even all the different types of eyes that you can put on your character as well, like so. That's just for a wee example. Just a wee heads up, if you want, I can do a separate video showing off like all of my character specific things, but the point is that all the different stuff you can do for the character design, deario, you'll probably be busy for a long time making a character. I know I did, but real talk, it was quite a while even trying to get her going. The other good part about this here is that you can save customizations and load appearances, which is quite handy. So if you have like one outfit for one day, then you want to do something different for the next, you can go ahead and save and load up customizations and stuff, which is quite cool. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead for our next positive, which you're about to see when we loop back in, is all the different blood codes and playstyles you have available. So here we go. So if we're taking a look here at the different stuff, as you can see, we're currently using the Hermes blood code. So if we take a look here, you can see that we have quite a lot of different blood codes, which as you can see from the text there, shows some of the different things. There's a few further down, but that'd be going into spoilers, so just keep that in mind real quick. But as you can see, the different blood codes all come with like different abilities and whatnot. So I'll go ahead and show you this real quick before we load up into the main map. So if we just load back in, here we go. So if we head down here to the acquire and inherit blood codes, just as a wee example. So as you can see, for the hunter one, these are some of the different skills he has available. So I'll leave it a wee jiffy so you can read what happens. But what I like about the blood codes and the different skills and stuff, that if you master the skill, by that I mean, do you see the wee star up at the top right of the different skills? Whenever you've mastered them, it means that you can equip them on any other blood code here. So just as a wee example, as you can see, I've got my Hermes blood code going. So as you can see, with all the mastered ones I've got up at the minute, I can go ahead and equip any of these on any of the blood codes. So as you can see for my Hermes one, we can go ahead and equip Venomous Shot, so I can go ahead and, well, poison enemies if I wanted to. So real talk, it does open up quite a lot of things for the build variety and all that. And now, with that out of the way, the last main positive I want to talk about, but I can't actually show it here, so we're going to have to do it in an actual map, is the actual weapon variety. In Code Vein, you see, you have a fair number of different weapons. You got your standard one-handed swords, two-handed swords, halberds, spears, axes, you know, that sort of thing. And lastly, bayonet rifles as well. So you do have something for everyone, really. So that's all cool and whatnot for different things. So if you want to fire away at enemies with a bayonet, go on ahead. Or you can go crazy out to town with a nice big greatsword, whatever floats your boat. So now we're about to load in. I'll go ahead and show you this real quick. Since we're doing this sort of like a live review in a way, it's, you know, taking a bit of a while because the original gameplay video wasn't really the best. So I figured I'd try it like this. So if you like this here new format, let me know. Or if you prefer the other one, well, please let me know as well. So as you can see, here we go, one of my AI teammates. I'll get to them in a jiffy, but as you can see, here's a nice sword, and over here is a bayonet rifle. So if we go upstairs, we'll go ahead and show you this real quick. So as I said, for bayonets, here's like a quick style with it. And then here's me shooting it, like so. And if we switch to my great sword, as you can see, here we go. Lastly, there we are. So that's it essentially for the main positives out of the road. It's time for the negatives. One of my main negatives, if we go down here and show you real quick, there's the transitions between the areas. So as we can see, if we're going through the different areas here, if you can't tell up at the top right, there's a bunch of wee dots. That's essentially the way I came. But as you can see, we have to go down, around, then to the right for a hallway and all of that to even get to the next area. I know it's probably like a technical thing to help load in the game, so while we're busy down here, you can think of it as like a nice loading screen or something that we have to move to. But my point is, rather than, you know, a big corridor, it would have been nice if I had like just, well, not even a big corridor, just even like a door or something, or a small hallway to even get to the next area. Know what I mean? The next next negative, is to do with the AI. You see, while the AI themselves are quite helpful, just a wee heads up about the AI, by the way, if you want to, you can play it solo. You can actually just dismiss your AI teammates, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and show you real quick. So, you can go ahead and switch partner, then hit none. I usually like to keep one around, just in case, but sometimes the AI can be a wee bit silly at times, so if that doesn't sound like something you'd like, you can go ahead and dismiss them, but...
I hope to see it restored to its former glory one day.
Indeed, but here you go. The last main negative is to do with the replayability. Well, this is actually my second playthrough of it, but the only issue is that with the replayability, there really isn't all that much. It would be nice if we had like a post-game dungeon or something, which would have been cool, but you do have like a Tower of Trials, as well as some... I hope I was listening too loud for you, by the way, but if you haven't noticed already, there was the Tower of Trials, as well as some depth dungeons. You can kind of explore them whenever, but what I'm trying to say is that there really isn't much in the way of replayability aside from doing Tower of Trials, but it would have been nice if we had like an extra post-game dungeon or something that we could mess around with to, you know, fight like right proper hard bosses, stuff like that, if that's something that you're interested in. But aside from that, I think that's it for my main negatives, and now it's for the neutral areas. Now for the neutral areas, the leveling up of skills is dependent on your character level, so as I was saying earlier about the mastery, so as you can see here for my Revenant's Greed ability, I'm about halfway done with the proficiency, except we're in the first area of the game where your enemies are, well, very weak. And because of that, being I think level, let me just check real quick, level 141, I can essentially steamroll the first area without any issue. But because of that, it means that because I'm very, very over-leveled, it means that my skills are gonna take goodness knows how long to max out. So you kind of have to make the decision, do I want to be overpowered and steamroll everything? Or do I want to stay low level and get my skills maxed out so I can use them across different builds and whatnot? So you're gonna have to think about that before you start doing things. My last main neutral area is to do with the fact that in the game, right, you can be invaded by enemy AI. With that, I mean, like, if I go to a certain area, you can get, well, invaded by enemy AI, but they come at you in waves. The only issue is that it can be a bit overbearing and sometimes even imbalanced to the AI side. Sometimes they can just steamroll you completely. It's not too big of a deal at some areas, but depending on what your setup is, it can be a bit of a tough situation, so to speak. I do believe that's everything for my positives, negatives, and neutral areas. And now it's time for my final thoughts. Now, if I'm being completely honest with you, despite the flaws that the game has, even in the very annoying transition sequences, I am actually quite enjoying the game. I might even try going for the Platinum Trophy.
You're a quick one.
It might take a while, but I might actually go for it. But the other main thing is that I would recommend this game, but I would recommend that you grab it on sale. But if you do like games like Bloodborne, for example, or the whole anime style, I would say that you would probably like it if you don't mind some of the flaws I've mentioned, but aside from that, it is a pretty darn good game. I am certainly enjoying it, but despite that, I would say to pick it up on sale. And I do believe that's everything for today's review. I think we're going to head through the last area here, or not the last area, sorry, but the next area, just to show you some gameplay, just, you know, me taking out some random enemies, just in case that's something that you're interested in. But aside from that, I just want to say big thanks to everyone for watching this here review. Hopefully, well, let me know what you thought of this here review format, if you liked the whole live gameplay thing, or if you prefer the pre-recorded gameplay with me just adding in my thoughts and stuff during editing or whatever. Depending on what you like, I might do more of this style of review or more of the usual lot.
We're finally out in the open.
But that's it for today's review, I believe. So just to summarise, good game, but you might want to grab it on sale, and I would recommend it for folk that like Bloodborne and stuff like that. So cheers for watching, folks, and enjoy some gameplay.
There's so much here, I'm afraid we'll miss it. I hope we find more things we can use. This is a dangerous place to fight. Keep it up. That's a huge fissure. Oh boy. That must be letting my image slip. Be wary around the cars. Going. There are lots of blind spots.